You're at an early stage in me showing you these things, so I don't expect you to just be able to get up and do this right now. But let's talk about the plan here. When you go to get rid of the x's, to make the x's go away, what things do you need to multiply by so that you can get rid of the x's?
Somewhere the same, I mean.
So if I take this 5 and put it out here. This 5 here, I'm gonna put it out here. You see, I'm gonna have negative 20x. Do you see that? If I take this 4 and put it here, now I have positive 20x. Right, so as I mentioned, the first thing I'm gonna do, use this 5, put it up there, take this 4 and put it down there. So choosing the numbers that way, I'll get a positive 20x and I'll get a negative 20x. So when I multiply them through, so what I mean by this is you're going to do the distributive property all the way through. So the first equation will become negative 20x plus 35y equals 60. And the second equation, I'll do the same thing, distribute through. I'll get positive 20x minus 4y, and that will equal negative 28. So when I add them together, which is what you ultimately do, there's these things besides being called the elimination method. Another method is called the method of addition, the addition method you might hear, because in the end, what do I do here? I add them together. The x's will disappear, and I'll get how much y will I have when I combine these? 31y. Over here will be 32. And then to get y by itself. Let me put my answer, or the answer over here somewhere. So I have the y part, which is 32 over 31. And now I'll go and get the x's. So this time I'll try to eliminate y. So in order for you to do that, you need to rewrite the equations again. So I've got them there again. Now, can you tell me what I should do to make the y's eliminate? 1 and 7? The 1 doesn't matter, will it? Won't. So, I mean, you can, if you want to think about it, so I'll multiply the top one technically by 1 and the bottom one by 7. Notice that the signs are already opposite, so I don't have to do anything with a negative number. So this time to eliminate y, now this time we're eliminating x, so I'll say 2. I'll do that first. 2 eliminate y. So this time you're going to eliminate the y. So as you said, Take this 7, put it over here. Take this 1, put it up here. Of course, that one doesn't do anything. But just do a quick check with yourself. Looking at my numbers that I have, are my Y's going to cancel out when I have this all said and done? One will be positive 7 and one will be negative 7. So let me go ahead and rewrite these. I have negative 4x plus 7y equals 12. And the second one is 35x minus 7y equals negative 49. And as by design, we're making the y's disappear this time. So when I add them, we get 31x equals, I think this is negative 37. And then to figure out x, divide by 31. This should give you comfort too. The denominator of both of them should be the same, usually the same, not every single time, usually it is. So our answer, and I know I wrote half of it, but I'll write the answer down here. We have the x, negative 37 over 31. And then the y was 32 over 31. Right, so just make note, obviously, there's no way we could have done that on a graph. All right, are you ready to fly on your own now? You ready? I'm gonna sneak one down here if I can read. All right. Think of a different numbers.
myself.
So far, so good.
This will be.
Right, exactly right. Keep on. Negative.
And why is 2/3?
I have not completed myself, so I don't think that, no, I did, yeah, no, that's not what I got, so we'll see as we go through it here.
Oh, shit.
All right, before you do anything, make sure you do a trial multiplication. When I look here, I'm gonna get negative 12x and negative 12x. One of these has gotta be negative. It doesn't matter.
I multiplied by -3 and left the other one alone.
You can do that.
Okay.
You could, what he said here is, you could multiply this side by -3. And it will also work. What actually works is the lowest common multiple. Or,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
let's see, what are we doing here? Anyways, this is the way that would be the real straightforward. But if I do it this way, one of these has got to be negative, so I'll go ahead and make this second one negative. And so when I write my equations out, then I get negative 12x minus 8y equals 26. We have positive 12x minus 54y equals negative 24. And now I'll combine them. Let's see here, we get negative 62y equals 2. So I'll divide by negative 62. Or if you want, you can simplify this to be negative 1/31.
I got 1/31.
You're positive?
Yeah.
Let's check my work. So here, if I multiply this by 2, negative 12, negative 8, positive 26. This one by negative 6, so I get positive 12, negative 54, negative 24.
I just get the negative.
Okay, so I'm good then? All right, then I'm gonna go and take out the y. So I'm gonna rewrite the equation again. So I can put up the equation again. I have negative 6x minus 4y equals 13. And negative 2x plus 9y. That was equal to 4. So now I'm gonna wipe out the y's. So what should I multiply for the y's to work out?
Multiply, top one by 9 and the bottom one by 4.
Right, and they've already got the signs handled for me. So I can multiply the top by 9 and the bottom by 4. And if I do my quick multiplication, I'll notice that I'll have a negative 36y and a positive 36y. Nine times 13 is 117.
Yeah.
Then we have negative 8x plus 36y. Equals, this time I'm gonna get positive 16.
Yeah.
So I'll get negative 62x. And when you add these together, you get 133.
Yep.
So I can divide by negative 62. This one can't be simplified. So your answer is just gonna end up being like that, because you can't, nothing goes into that 133. Our answer? What was the first part? Was that equal to, you remember, negative 1/31?
Yeah.
The second, technically, negative 2/62, right? But it's simplified. Remember I told you, they're almost always have the same denominator. Well, if I didn't simplify this one, it would have the same denominator. What'd you say?
I thought X is 133 over negative 62. And then Y is 1 over.
You're right, I did it backwards. All right. Let me grab one out of the book. I don't know, the ones out of the book, they always seem to be easier than the ones I come up with, but it doesn't matter, I don't think. Oh, I don't think I'm in Alex right now. Let me get there. Those are a mixture of problems. You do. What's that?
It's way easy.
Was it easier? Okay.
Just like why.
And don't forget, you can check your answer in the end by plugging in the number that you get for X and Y and making sure that they both work. Notice on this problem that you can eliminate the X's immediately just by adding the two things together. It was already set up to eliminate the X, wasn't it? Well, I don't have to do anything to get rid of the X's, so let me just handle that case first. Take the gifts where they get them, like in this case. So if I just add together the X's are gone. I get 3y was equal to 15. So y equals 5. Now the y is not as simple. You gotta do a little bit of work with the y. What are the things you'd multiply to take out the y's? The y's? So go back to the equations again. I want to wipe these out. So what do I got to multiply by to take this part out?
Seven on the top half, 4 on the bottom.
So if I do this 7 here, I'll get a negative 28y. If I take this 4 and put it here, I'll get a positive 28y. But let me rewrite the equations. That's another thing too, the books always seem to come out to be whole numbers. So conceivably, they could have been graphed, I suppose. So if you take out the y, then I'm gonna multiply the top by 7. The bottom by 4. And you'll notice that one of them is positive and one of them is negative anyway, so I don't have to worry about those. So we get, this will give me 35x minus 28y. That equals negative 70. The other one is negative 20x plus 28y equals 100. So I add those, obviously the y's are going. It looks like I get 15x equals 30. So what's x equal then? 2. It's 2. Look up here. When you do the homework, I don't think they have it as an ordered pair. I think you just specify x and y separately. But as long as you understand what the answer is, that's fine. Any questions about that? Now we're going to get more practice with these because section 5.4 have what they call application problems. Do you know what those mean? Yes, they mean word problems. Now though, you have more capability of solving word problems because you have the ability now to specify 2 unknown quantities and use these methods to solve them. Let's take a look at a typical type of problem in that section. So I think there's 4 main types of problems. We'll try to do at least one of each. General quantities. All right, let's grab something in here. Perfect. Number 4. Give me a second while I get the title of this thing out here. I don't remember if I got 5.3's title in there, but I'll worry about that later. Take a look. So we have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, we have Bill Walton, popular players when I was a kid. It tells us he blocked 50 more shots than Bill Walton. How many shots did each man block if they rejected a total of 472 shots? So what I could do is this. Let me show you how you set these things up. Since I'm allowed to use 2 letters, I'm talking about Bill Walton and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. All right. So what if I let K stand for the number of blocks that Kareem had, and B stand for the number of blocks that Bill Walton had? Does this make sense? I can call them X and Y, but why not do them letters that will be useful to me? Do you understand? If you want to do X and Y, do it. But I personally am going to use K and B. So we're going to refer to Kareem by K, and then we're going to refer to Bill Walton by B. We have 2 unknown quantities, B and K. Don't know what they are. But the text of this problem will give us the tools needed, or at least the ability, to create equations out of this. So let's take a look at what it's asking us and tell me if you can sense any kind of equation that comes out of it.
So I was thinking B plus 50 equals K.
So you have right here, he blocked 50 more shots, right? So 50 more shots right here, right? So that would mean that K, right here, K equals 50 plus B.
Yeah.
Isn't that so? So there's one equation.
And then B plus K equals 472.
Then right here, total of 472, that's B plus K equals 472. See how I'm using the text of the problem to get these. The hardest part of these word problems has just been done. Getting the equations is always what students tell me is the hardest part. And the equations are just not that hard once you get them. So let me put them down here. We have K on the one hand equals 50 plus B. On the other hand, we have B plus K equals 472. You get to choose the method you want. I would never recommend doing graphic though, just because the answers could come out weird.
Well, I think since K is already by itself, I think it'd be easier to.
That's exactly what I was hoping you would say. You see how K is already solved for? I can substitute that into where the K is in the other spot. So if I take this here, this guy, I'm going to plug it into that K. You understand me? So write the equation that I'm gonna get. Before I do it, I want to see what you guys are following. Write the next equation I'm going to get. Your next equation should have looked like 2b plus 50 equals 472.
Yeah.
2b plus 50 equals 472. Right, so yeah, you're right, so right, b plus. Now, put that stuff instead of k. 50 plus b,
Okay.
right, that equals 472. Keep consistency on your letters, you might lose track of.
Okay, thanks.
All right, so this next equation then is gonna look like this. When I replace k with that expression, it's gonna be b plus 50 plus b. See where k was? What has it done for us? One variable now, or one unknown quantity now. All right, this becomes 2b plus 50 equals 472. So what would you do next? Subtract 50 from each side, so you're gonna get 2b equals 422. Divide by 2. We get b equals 211. So b was equal to 211. How do I go and get, was it k? How do I go and get k now?
K equals 50 plus 211. So,
This, you could use this.
yeah,
So, right, oh, you already put the 211 there. So k equals 50
261.
plus 211, which is 261. So that k and I got b. Earlier, when we solved the problem like this in this course, we tried to force it in such a way that you only used one letter to represent multiple quantities. So each of the word problems I'm going to do in this section is of a type. That means they've got 4 types for you to do. And I want to make sure I do each type so that you have a standard, so that you have a chance of doing the homework successfully. Do they just say objective 1? No, I don't want objective. Objective 2, here we are. So I'll give you Eliza and her quilt. I do want to give you a piece of advice before you get too far in this. Draw a picture of the situation if you can. It's usually very helpful if you can draw a picture. Rectangle. Draw a rect, so that's an easy picture to draw, right? Draw a rectangle.
I got it. No. This is 280, because I thought it was 52 with 26 on each side. 2x, like, each line, or each of your equation. It said, it's 26, so then I doubled it. Okay, so it's 20.
Oh, you did that, okay, this, what is that symbol? Two.
Does it, so, because there's two widths.
Oh, yes, okay, so what's this two, what's this then?
That's 26.
26.
Because the width is 26.
Oh, no, it's just, not the 7%. Right.
Oh, okay. Oh, 26 less. Okay, that's right.
That's not correct. And one of the sides is not 26 inches.
I get what I messed up.
So we call this L and we call this W, right? Okay, so first, she needs 322 of decorative border, right? That goes all the way around. So that's the perimeter, correct? So I have 2W plus 2L equals 332. But I think this one here gives us a nice equation. Its width is 26 inches less than its length. What's this one here? 26 inches less than its length. What should that look like?
26 minus,
Nope, got it backwards.
minus 26.
L minus 26.
Right. Take the length and subtract 26 off of it. Now, with that said, what method do you think you'd use to solve this?
Substitution.
It almost seems like it's inviting you to substitute, isn't it? This guy right here, take this and put it into that spot. Now, whenever you put a thing in there like that, by the way, did anybody notice you can divide this whole equation by 2?
No.
I'm not gonna bother with it. So I'm gonna replace my W with L minus 26. So I have 2L minus 26 plus 2L equals 332. Notice once we find L, W will be immediate. So I'll distribute this through. We have 2L minus 52 plus 2L equals 332.
So combine two L.
Combine the two L's, right? So I'll get 4L minus 52. Add 52 to both sides. And I get 4L equals 384.
And it works out to 95.5.
Right, 6.
What's written? Oh, that's boring. Oh, it is 96. I don't know what happened.
And then remember, this W up here. So that will allow me to get W immediately because I have an L. Does that look like a 96? Do I need to make that 9 better? And then my W was L minus 26. That's gonna be 96 minus 26.
7.
Which 7. And these units are inches here then, so IM. Here's our W. And I. Two things that I asked before. What you'll need to know if you, I don't even know if I assigned any of these. I don't think I did. But if you do you guys know what the angles add up to be inside of a triangle?
180.
180? Do you know what this adds up to be? 180, all right. Oh, so you know, okay. So you only need to know very basic stuff. Cost problems, take a look at this. Hannah and Elijah, let's take a look at Hannah and Elijah and see what they're doing. When you go to do the homework, don't forget that I have videos up for this kind of stuff. So if, I know word problems are hard for students. The more exposure you get, the more exposure you get, the better. Don't know.
Like I tried doing the one we learned today, but then I did I came out with a negative for install.
Oh, you shouldn't have that, that's for sure. You know, you shouldn't have a negative answer. But they're doing better than giving them away.
Anything about it? I mean,
Well, what you're looking for here is you're looking for the price of each element and each board, right?
yeah,
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna refer to books by B. And albums by A. So what we have here is an equation. Can you tell me what equation would look like using A and B?
So I did 2A plus 3B equals 1250.
Right, 2A plus 3B equals 12.50, good. And over here, Elijah, what equation does Elijah get?
3A plus 1B equals 1350.
3A plus 1B equals 3, right, so. All right, so I've got my two equations. Let me go ahead and transfer them down here. And the other one is 3A plus B equals 1350. All right, so let's wipe out the A's first. So eliminate A first. Tell me how to do it.
Well, it's off by 3. -3.
It's just like it's fighting me. Right, try that again. First. All right, 3 up here and -2 down here.
Yep, that's what I
Okay,
need.
so I'll do 3 on the top. And on the bottom, we need the -2. All right, so the first equation, I'm going to get 6A plus 9B. Well, my became lowercase all of a sudden. Three times 1250 is 3750.
Yeah.
The other one becomes -6A. Minus 2B equals -40.50. Let me add these two together.
Are you sure? The -2 times 1350? Wouldn't that be 27?
Oh, second. It would be -27. I was just wondering where I was gonna get a negative number, because I know, I did this before I came up here. I know it works. All right, -6A minus 2B is actually right, -27.00, so I can add them. So I get 7B equals 10.50. Believe it or not, seven goes into it.
Yeah, I see what I did wrong.
So we end up with B equals 1.5. So each book is $1.50.
Okay.
That's what that means. And then let's go this time to eliminate the B's. So next to eliminate the B's. So this time, what am I going to use to wipe out the B's? Tell me what I'm going to use here.
I mean, wouldn't you just try substituting?
You can, if you want to use, you can. You can use up, you'll get the answer if you do that.
Yeah,
I'm going to stick with this method.
okay.
So with that said, what would I need to do to wipe out the B's here?
Multiply the bottom half by -3.
Just -3, that's all you have to do. So I can get 2A two A plus three B. Okay, I'm just rewriting them so I can put the multiplier in. And then I have three A plus B equals 1350. And right, I just needed to multiply the second equation by -3. This will wipe out the B. So my equations become 2A plus 3B the other one is negative 9A minus 3B equals negative 40.5. Now, when I add them together, I'll get negative 7A equals negative 28. Divide by -7. And we get A equals 4. So each album costs how much?
$4.
Right, so each album costs $4. And each book,
$1.50.
right? Got it. Obviously a used bookstore.
Yeah, so
Let me see if I can get one.
I'd like to go there.
Let me see if I can get one. You want me to do one more here? I think you've got one other type. At least I'll set it up for you, at least. How's that? Mixture problems. That's exactly what I'm talking about. This is another type. So let's do, I'll do 30.
Oh, boy.
There's weird things about juice, especially with kids. You can buy juices that are filled with sugar, or some or some that are filled with like almost no sugar. They put water in them to decrease the amount of sugar.
I just bought some like organic juice today. I was looking at the juice percentage.
Yeah. So all right, so let's see what we have here. So what are we doing? They're gonna do pure cranberry juice is gonna be mixed with citrus fruit drink. Citrus fruit drink. Containing 10% fruit juice should be mixed. Okay, so, all right, I see. So we're gonna take, let me draw a picture of this situation here. You've seen these things probably in the store. It'd be better, it'd probably easier to work this if for some reason, if you saw those orange juice, remember those orange juice things that come in the frozen section?
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes out in a big chunk. That's, I grew up on that stuff. Okay, so let's see what we have. I need to give, what are they asking us? It says, how many ounces of pure cranberry juice? So what I'm gonna do is call this one by a letter. What do you see? All right. Then what do you want to call this one? All right, we'll call it that. We'll use your. All right, so CNM. All right, so we have, well, let's start with this. Can you give me an equation for that part?
C plus F equals 120.
That's right, that's total amount that's in there, right? C plus F equals 120. Remember, we need a second equation though.
Yeah, this is there gonna be a question like this on the test?
Yeah, to understand the problem. Okay. So, well, let me help you out here. We have 10%, because the time's run out, 10% fruit juice. That's gonna be Let me fix that side up, that's correct. I'm gonna explain as I write it up here. For the second equation, notice that this is specifying. Okay, so we want to know how much pure fruit drink is in there. We know that its concentration is 25%. But if you, let's take a beer, can of beer, 12 ounces, the alcohol, let's say is 5% of it. How much pure alcohol is in that can? You take 5% times 12 ounces. You get 0.6 of an ounce. That's how much pure alcohol is in the can, this beer. That's how you do it. What's that? Right, exactly. So, that's right. So what we're getting here is we're getting 120 ounces of this stuff, but it's been, what do you call it, diluted down to 25%. I don't know if that's the right, I don't know if that's the right word to say. Now, okay, I see what you're doing. How many ounces? This is word of the auditor, that's why I'm sort of stuck here. Ounces of pure, let's. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's 100%. That's why it's so weird. This here is pure cranberry juice is 100%. That F is what percentage?
0.25 or 25%.
No,
Oh, 10%.
I'm gonna leave this to you, but that's the setup. You can, if you, first thing we do next class, I can do this if you want me to.
That'd be awesome.
All right, or do you want me to do it right now? You want me to do it now? I don't know. You guys don't mind staying? All right, let me go ahead and put these equations then. I'm gonna convert to decimals for everything. So the first equation was C plus F equals 120. And the next one is C plus 0.1 F equals 1/4 equals 30. Now, what might you do here?
Solve for C.
I could wipe out C immediately, can't I? If I multiply the second equation by -1, it'll give me C plus F equals 120. And on the bottom, I get negative C plus 0, or minus 0.1 F. That equals -30. Add them together, I get 0.9 F equals 90. What does it tell you about that? It's 10%. You want this equals? 100.
Is it really?
Yes. Wow. All right. Now, I am gonna stop. I will let you find out by yourself. I cannot take C by yourself. I cannot take all of it for you, all of it for you. You must earn some of your glory. All right, I expect there to be questions on this section. I expect there to be a lot on Tuesday, so I bear that in mind.
Thank you for the class.
Sure, sure.
I have going up. Vacation. Wait, this, they trouble when there's.
Yeah, it doesn't even, Christmas doesn't seem like it was long ago. The next Christmas is already coming. Left there. Uh, 28. All right, there's that. Let me get this stop. And stop the recording.